Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Ajuna Sharawat, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulae for many. And this is what we trust these sessions are, a gathering of leaders and a knowledge-sharing community. Today we have with us Ashfak Shaikh. Ashfak is currently working as a director at DOMO Inc. Ashfak has massive exposure across the spectrum of software handling and management. Hence, right from the development of a computer program to its implementation, from service delivery to providing support, from project management to program and client management, and a lot more are within his purview and are parameters where he greatly excels. He has also been appointed as a single point of contact for responsibilities like data center operations, several client management roles, remote infrastructure, and application support management, to name a few. Welcome, Ashfak.
Thank you, Ajuna, and thank you for the great intro. I'm kind of totally humbled with that. Thank you.
Happy to have you here. Firstly, we would like to know from you, as you have nearly 20 years of experience, like your nearly 20 years of experience has given you copious exposure to software management, selection, implementation, and so on. We would love to know from you how you think it has led to your professional excellence.
That's a great question, Arjuna. So certainly I've seen the software development industry evolve when I started my career in the late 90s, where the software products had limitations, and then business had to align with what the software application had to offer. This is in contrary to what we have today. And in my years of experience and journey, I've seen this shift where IT is now more seen as a business enabler. And personally, I'd say it had helped me to evolve and grow as a problem solver and enabler, and see that shift from what we call as waterfall to agile. So what I have seen is the disconnect between business and IT narrow down, and today IT is more of a business enabler than just being seen as a software product or a software program.
So did you already have a knack for what you are doing, or did you develop your did you develop it over your professional journey?
So partly I would say I had a knack of things, what I wanted to do. And the other part I would like to attribute to my luck. So when I say by luck, it's not by chance, but I was fortunate throughout my career to have managers, great leaders and mentors who I could observe, follow, take and seek guidance. And they literally were kind enough to play a role of a catalyst in my professional development.
We would really like to know if there are some instances that you would like to share with us, or any such, like for example, kind of thing.
Absolutely. I think this goes back more than 20 years ago. My first manager, he happened to be a retired colonel from the armed forces. And he had his totally different style of working versus the managers that I used to be working with. And then when I look back after 20 years, he never let me in my comfort zone. So I think that was a very important thing. Not getting into your comfort zone and trying to break out wherever you feel. Early days of the career, you're not cognitive or conscious about that fact. Now, if you look back, I think it's more of life lessons that make you wise. But during those days, having someone who really cares about you and then getting you out of your comfort zone, shaking you up, not because he wanted to prove himself as a manager, but he really cared about my career as a leader.
Wow, really? Now I understand why you said that luck also played a part.
Right.
Yeah, nice. Which of your job roles you have enjoyed the most? Could you state some obstacles that you have found the most difficult to overcome and the ways you dealt with them?
So that's a tricky question. Each role that I've played in my professional journey was unique in its own way. One of the obstacles that I personally experienced in not just one role, but several roles that I played has been resistance to change. I think, and my way to deal with that was to act as a bridge and lead by example. And when I say lead by example, be the first ones to embrace that change. Because what I personally believe and have believed and would continue to believe that change is the only constant in life. Well, this philosophy has helped me succeed. Of course, it's a top-down phenomena. What you should practice what you preach. I think practicing what you preach, communication, and when I say communication, being authentic, being transparent in your communication, and are the key attributes for success. That's what I feel. That's why I would say not one role, but multiple roles. The common thread that I've seen, and even I continue to see, is the resistance to change.
Okay. Wonderful. Was it at any point of your career that you had to change your focus of interest? If yes, then did you abhor or take it as a challenge?
Yes, so it was not just once, but multiple times. And one such shift, which distinctly I can call out, is the shift from being a technology leader to a business leader, or moving from technology roles to business roles. And absolutely, I've always looked upon such change in my career, personally or professionally, as a one-way street. So no matter how adverse the external factors are, what I have tried to do is I've kept my focus on the final destination or on the final goal. And then having that goal or not losing the focus of that goal has helped me personally overcome those challenges.
Ashfak, since you are now a corporate governance expert, we would like you to share what kind of perspectives you would offer the corporate conglomerate.
Thanks for asking that question. I still see myself as a beginner, but I also believe that learning continues lifelong. So I'm continuing to learn. I learned a lot of things during my certification exam, and that really broadened the perspective. And then when I was attending certain sessions, I could relate. One of the comparison that I'd like to draw, that this role is nothing less than being a superhero. And then that reminds me of this great quote from the movie Spider-Man, that with great power comes great responsibility. And as a corporate governance expert, I think I see the actions, they affect and impact millions of life, whatever you do in that capacity. So I certainly see a lot of similarity, and that's one of the reason it struck interest, that this role allows you to opt in power and then apply that power for the good of humanity. So I would again go back about 10 years back, and this is an example I'd like to give, a real life example. IBM, where I worked for 12 years, had a program called Corporate Service Corps, or CSC is what it's famously known within the company, where out of 250,000 employees, about less than 1%, I would say, not even 1%, 0.1% are selected for this prestigious program. IBM works closely with the UNHCR and other UN missions of the world to apply or to offer its expertise on a pro bono consulting basis. And I was fortunate to be a part of a team in Morocco, where I worked with the chief of mission in the UNHCR Rabat, Morocco, and then the International Organization for Migration to help the government in Morocco overcome a societal issue. So that is the time when I realized that there's something more that I can do as a career. And that's the time I started thinking, and I started looking for something that can get me to make it as a career.
Ashfak, as you know, that we are building this community of FaceTime with leaders. It is aimed at cross-pollination of knowledge, something that will lead to a robust corporate governance in India and build a community of non-executive directors for its robust framework. Your views on this, please.
So Arjuna, my view is that as a corporate governance professional, you should try to see things in a way like a captain of a ship would see when he sees an iceberg. So what you see as an iceberg, or what's there on the surface, it's just a tip. And then you have a massive thing at the bottom. And I think most of issues would happen when you look at a problem just as a tip of the iceberg, but fail to visualize the larger picture. So I think as an expert, you should try to develop that kind of a view, that if there's a problem, there's something on the surface, and then there's something at the bottom. And I think the thing that at the bottom is the root cause. I think if anything causes to sink the ship, is the part of the iceberg that is below the water and not on the surface of the water. So try and find out the root cause and be able to address the problems and not the symptoms. I think that is an important lesson that I've learned, or that's a takeaway for me as a student of this program.
Okay. And what would you like to say about this initiative?
It's a great initiative. Of course, I think, again, it's top down because the initiative is a baby of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and then WTC has done a great job of making the curriculum in a language that's easy, that's understandable. You have great coach and mentors, and the sessions, the live sessions, I think they are the lifeline of the program.
Thank you for your feedback. That was a wonderful conversation with you. I'm confident that your insights will inspire the future leaders. Thank you, Ashfak, for joining us today. Wishing you the best for your future endeavors. Trust that this initiative by Directors Institute unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds. Thank you.